Hey guys, it's Gomer here with finally the third game of a tournament I played almost a month ago. Just forewarning on this, it's a pretty quick game because yeah, and boring game to be honest. As I said in my earlier reports, played pretty bad in this tournament, but I wanted to get this one out just because I've got another battle report following it up that I want to do, and I just didn't want to skip it. So feel free to stay tuned. Otherwise, if you want an exciting report, maybe this one's not for you. But anyway, it's the third game. It's Blood and Glory. The game doesn't end or anything when you break your opponent. You only got, I think, 200 or 300 victory points difference if you did break them. And then I think that halved if you both broke or something. Again, like the Watchtower in game one, it really didn't make much of a difference, and I should have thought of that. Um, yeah, just played totally boring and silly in this game. But anyway, it's versus Demons, and it's a month ago, so I'm going to be very raw on the details I do have. But anyway, so magic, there's my spells. If you remember, my list is pretty much a strength 7 banishment, light council list. So I wanted to get it, obviously wanted to get up against demons. But the demons armies I've been playing are all Nurgle, and in my head I always had the strategy of sit back and try and get banishment out and shems and do damage that way. So I kept Shems, obviously I got banishment in there. Kept Light of Battle on my other level 1 because I thought, yeah, I'm probably going to be maybe having to, if I'm sitting on the backboard edge, I don't want to run like last game with the demis, so I thought I'll keep that and see what happens. And yeah, I bunker up in the corner. Blood and Glory, you can't get right up to the edge. And revisit deployment later, but just the knights there, the stank, and you can see where I've got my guys. He's sort of split between the left and right flanks. So he's got, because it's unpainted, I'll just highlight some of the ones that might be a bit tricky to see. He's got some screamers in the front there, and then the Lord of Change behind that. And he's got 3 units of 10 horrors out the back. They've got banners. He's got some drones, and those 3 are beasts, I think, there. And then over on the right, he's got another single beast, some flamers at the back there in the woods. You can see the other horror unit there, and a skull cannon. And then some Nurglings scouting over to the right. So yeah, I mean, I got turn 1, and I didn't really move. All I did was move my steam tank a little bit, and of course block my demis again, as I was telling you in game 1 and 2, that my demis literally did nothing for this 3. I just used them so horribly, so apologies for that. But yeah, I moved the stank where it is, and because it was the only thing that could have a shot at the skull cannon. I can't remember why my other cannon couldn't shoot it. Maybe I can't even remember. But yeah, that's where it moved. The rest of my army stayed put and just trying to get banishment off. Yeah, so magic was 7 to 6, but he dispelled my banishment. Ended up using my level 1 shems just to take out those Nurglings, which I actually do, which is good, I think. Must have rolled a 6 for the d6 or something. I managed to get a hit on the skull cannon with the I think steam tank's cannon, and I roll a 1 to wound, so that's useless. And then going on to his turn 1, yeah, the one thing that I just totally didn't even, I guess that's the thing, I just hadn't played a demon army like this, and he's got, I think so, I think his Lord of Change on level 4 metal, and then his BSB is level 2 of metal or something like that. Might be totally wrong there, but he's got a lot of metal. And of course he just kept his horrors back, they're the ones with the banners, and just moves pretty much his spellcasters up, and then just his chaff units, a lot of them, and I didn't respond. So anyway, magic's 4 to 3. He pretty much tried to final trans my general and failed to cast it. But his skull cannon does 4 wounds straight to my steam tank, so now it's effectively useless. It's going to be firing this 50% of the time. And then my turn 2, as I said, I don't even respond. All I do is stay put again. I mean, just hindsight, I'm looking at this going, I'm just such an idiot. But anyway. So yeah, I've blocked my Demigods in again with everything, because we're playing that, where the dice is, we're playing that as I think we're playing that as impassable. I can't remember if I knew that before I put my guys down or not. But for for some silly reason with Blood and Glory, I've got this attitude of, oh, I've got to bunker up and hide my banners, and yeah, it's just silly. So Magic's 10 to 9. Again, he dispels both my banishments. So my only game plan in my naivety is just in tatters, and I've got nothing to respond. My generalship is just ridiculous for this day. So he goes to his turn 2. He gets a charge on my cannon, so it's going to be dead. His single beast hits these archers. Just hoping for a whiff there. I can't even remember what I'm showing here. I think it's just he ends up final like he's getting some Searing Dooms and stuff like that off on my my knight unit, and just moving around. He's moved his drones, and so his drones and his beasts are moving up, but the rest, and his spellcasters, but the rest of it's not. Yeah, actually, Magic was 10 to 5. He gets he kills my engineer with the Realm of Chaos result and puts some wounds on my general and War Altar. And then he actually gets Final Trans off on the Pope too, which I just failed to dispel, but doesn't get him. And I scroll Searing Doom, which he tries Searing Doom on those knights there, and I scrolled it. And that's when I just know I'm in trouble. Like, what am I supposed to do here? And then in hindsight, I'm like, the safest place to be is in combat, and all I'm doing is sitting in the backboard edge. 5 more wounds on my steam tank from the skull cannon, so it's dead. Cannon's dead from combat. And Empire turn 3, and do you see any movement? I don't. All I see is the demis turning around, and that was it. I mean, just shouldn't have even come and played. I feel sorry for Tom, didn't even give him a game. The only good thing is you can see the beast whiffed in the last round of combat and only killed 1 guy, so my guys are steadfast because they're a detachment. And in the next turn, I think he only takes out another 3. So I held that beast for a while, but that was about it. But he finally take a screamer out. There's not much happening here. Moved my halberds up a little bit, but not a whole lot. My steam tank blows itself up when it tries to move. And then into his turn, again, all he does is move his spellcasters up, cast a few more Searing Dooms and stuff like that. Takes my knights out. And that was pretty much... By then, we pretty much ran out of our 2 hours. It was such a boring game. I didn't give him a game. He didn't care either. He was fine just to sit back and take the win. And yeah, that was it. But it's just this setup and just my idea of, I don't know what I was thinking. I mean, hindsight's 2020, obviously, but I think I was so focused in going into this comp this day, just thinking that if I'm going to play Daemons, I'm going to sit back and try and shoot them with magic, blah blah blah. Not realizing that, okay, there's different builds of Daemons, and in this build was built around, lots of little units. I should have had my demis going up the right flank, possibly in support with the other knights or the halberds, and get into combat turn 2 with anything. At least he can't be Searing Dooming me and things like that. And I should have played again, like rather than come in thinking, oh, I've got to bunker up and play defensively. No, I should have played aggressively. That's one thing I'll learn. I'm not going to be playing like this anymore. I'm going to try and take it to it a lot more, except for the odd place where you really should be bunkering back. But as I said, it was a pretty boring game. The next battle report's a lot more exciting, I think, anyway, for historical reasons. But yeah, just wanted to get this one out. So it sort of completed the 3-game day that I went to. So stay tuned for the next one. Be better than this, that's for sure. Cheers, guys.